Hi, everyone, and good afternoon to you, or good day to you, whatever time that you are joining us. So, welcome to this year's Students' Assembly. As you know, my name is Leshi, and I have with me my dear friends and colleague, Charles Nwala. So, we'll be doing this together. As I have indicated on the Telegram platform, we have quite a number of agenda that we'll be discussing today. But I want to first and foremost welcome you to Abeokuta 2022 if you are just joining us. And then I believe so much that you have learned one or two things in the course of the conference. We have so many things in stock for you in the coming year, and I'm sure that you will definitely benefit immensely from these great activities. Charles, I wouldn't know whether you have opening remarks for our dear students. Charles.
Yeah, I just want to welcome all. Some of them I've been seeing here physically, and those that are virtual, I want to welcome you to Abeokuta 2022. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Charles, for that brief welcome. Charles is the pillar to our being here. All right, so we just have to kind of give him that accolade. He's so busy, and yes, out of his busy schedule, he's still find time to be with us today. Both of us are about your involvement, about your engagement in NSN, and I must tell you, I must tell you that you will find the next couple of months your best year so far in NSN. So, without much ado, I want to quickly tell you that we've had quite a number of feedback from yesterday's event, and it's going, or I mean, it's very, very encouraging that we are receiving this kind of feedback from you. And I want to please encourage you to subscribe to the our YouTube of Nigeria YouTube channel for other people to know about this program, and at the same time for you to go back over and over again to have a look on what we discussed. And I can also assure you that more events are coming, and please watch out for more engagement that we'll be having on this YouTube channel. More than ever before, we are going to be engaging us, especially with the younger generation, the 21st century nutritionists in making. We will be engaging ourselves, and then we'll leverage on the social media in achieving this. So, next on the agenda has to do with the need for us to tell you about the coordination of student activities in NSM. Quite a number of you have reached out to us, trying to find out about how are students being engaged in NSM. We're going to dwell extensively on this rather, and then basically, I want you to know that we have a steering committee that is coordinating the nutrition student related activities in NSN. We'll be doing this for some time. And as year comes and go, as student comes and go, they just transit from being a student to becoming a full member of the society. So we have this body, this team of people that are actively involved in ensuring that students are carried along. Some of you, because you are just new in the system, or because you are just perhaps new student, you are just maybe like 2 3 years old as being student in NSM, you might not have been aware or fully be integrated into all this, and that's why we are having this session for you to really know about that. So there is a student steering committee body, which is being coordinated by my humble self, and then we have students that we pick from each zones of the country, especially the northern zone and then the southern zone. We pick them up, and then they assist in the coordination of these activities. So You get to know about the new crop of students that will be bringing on board in this next in the coming year, in the next couple of weeks, couple of weeks, to know who they are, and then the essence of the extent to which we'll be engaging with you as student. In addition to that, if you have any issue, any query, any worries, anything whatsoever with respect to student involvement, please feel free to reach out to Charles, feel free to reach out to me or any of the representatives that we will be appointed in the later weeks. So another way to which we coordinate, of course, I must tell you that this steering committee is just a committee that is overseeing all our activities, and to be sure that things are being done in our own favor, so that we are being carried along as much as possible. I remember there used to be a time where student participation in conferences was very, very low, due to one reason or the other. And thank God we're able to fight the battle, and now we have active student participation at our conferences. So these are some of the things that we've been trying to do, and we are moving forward. And we know so much that quite a lot of things can still emanate from this. And also, we're also open to your ideas, suggestions from you, the student. Secondly, another platform through which we engage students is through our state chapters. NSN, Nutrition Society of Nigeria, we do have state chapters where we have committees in those at the state level. We have the chairperson, the vice chairperson. I mean, just as we have the national council in the society, we also have the members, the coordination of activities at the state chapters, led by the chairperson of that state. For instance, if you are in Ogun State, there is a chairperson of Nutrition Society Ogun State chapter, and then they also have a team of people that are working with them. Now, we know that most of you, or all of you, your schools are located in a state in Nigeria, and such state will have do have a state chapter. So now what we are trying to do now is to see that you are actively involved in the activities being organized by the state. You are carried along in participating in those activities. As a matter of fact, your usefulness is also well appreciated. You can volunteer, you can serve, you can do a lot of things at those state chapters. And then if there is any event that is being organized, then you can also participate, not as an outsider, but as a student in the Nutrition Society of Nigeria, and you recognize, and they acknowledge you. And at the same time, when you move on and you have been found to be worthy and active, and by the time you are graduating, it will be much more easier for you to be integrated into becoming a member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria. It's not that you are not a member yet. Yes, you're a member, but your member has a cap. You are still a student, and then your primary assignment is to identify as student. And as you identify as student, we are much more interested in your academic pursuit and then your academic achievement, so that you will be able to do everything in your own power to come out well, to come out in flying colors, and then you can say that you are a 21st century nutritionist. So as time goes on, we'll talk more about the involvement of students at state chapter. I think Charles will have one or two things to add to that before we move to the next on the agenda. Charles.
Okay, thank you very much, Leshi, for that. I want to emphasize that the student body is not a student unionism. It's not a political thing. It's a professional body. And the NASAN, depending on what you call it, the NASAN is not, is an association, the student organ of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria. Now, the coordination of the student body, which is NASAN, is what Leshi had identified in terms of the regional steering committee. It's in So in with respect to the steering committee, but the state chapters will be those that the NS send coordination in the state. So we are seeing that NSM, Nutrition Society of Nigeria, will look at the activities of NASAN, not from the national angle, but from the state angle. And NASAN will have their steering committee that will coordinate. And please, let us just be mindful that this is not about political struggle. It's about professionalism. So, why the national has a coordinating officer, the states also have a coordinating officer. So in the near future, like Rishi have stated, you are going to see more of this, and you are going to identify what and what, where you belong, what activities will be in, and we will still unveil other activities we have for you. So that's just what I want to add to what you have said. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Charles, for the emphasis, and then and I also I'm sure that you have been able to pick this, and then you also know that just as Charles has clearly mentioned that this is not about the political activities, and of course it's all about the progress of the student. It's all about actively engaging the student. So I think I will just move to the next thing on the agenda, which is the overview of the activities that we have for the coming year, forthcoming year. Um, we have quite a yeah. Can you hear me, Charles?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Charles, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, all right. So I thought
Okay, sorry, we may be having some technical hitches, but we'll sort it out in a short time now.
Yeah. Sorry, sincere apologies for that. I think Nigeria happens to us. So, just as I was saying, the reason why we have to go through this route of organizing a regional activities. One is the fact that we have low turnout of students in conferences in recent time, and they have quite a number of reasons for that. Some talked about the fact that the distance, the conference location could be far. Some complained that it has to do with the insecurity. They cannot travel on the road. Their parents will not be able to release them. Some talk about the fact that the cost, things are quite expensive now. So, and then we also understand the fact that some students are currently at home due to the ongoing strike in the public universities, and then so only those students in private university are currently on ground. So we understand that fact, and that's the reason why we felt that we have to go through the route of regional activities. So now, in the coming year, we'll be organizing, or we'll be doing more of regional activities, regional events. So for the southwest, south, southeast, northwest, northeast, north central. Those are the regions that we will be organizing our event. Now, so much or more of those, the details of those regional student conference will be communicated to you in due time. So we will come to a particular region, and students can travel short distance to the venue of the regional workshop for the student, and they will do training for the student. We'll do a career talk for the student, just as we did yesterday. We bring in people in that region to come and then share from the wealth of their experience. Then we want to talk about the skills and competencies that students need to be acquired. So we expose them to some of those skills. We talk about the softwares they need to be aware of. I mean, and the rest. So those are the activities that we'll be doing across the geopolitical zones, or across the regions that we have in the country. In the country, watch out for us if you are in Bowen University, or you are in Ahmadu Bello University, or you are in University of Calabar. Wherever your university is, we are coming to your zone, and they will believe that we'll be able to break the barrier between traveling long distance, or barrier of not being able to afford the cost of traveling, and some other things. Then we'll also be able to manage crowd. More people, more students will be engaged if we come through our university to through those regional workshop or regional summit that we'll be organizing for students. We also believe strongly that we'll be able to have one-on-one interaction with you. That is our aim. That will come, and then we also relate. And if there are challenges that you are facing, you let us know. We're able to speak to the authorities in your university in order to assist you in addressing some of those challenges that you have been able to pointed out or point out in the course of our regional workshop. So that is one key thing that we plan to do in the course of our regional activity. So we are going to have the timetable for our regional meeting, and with that timetable will be shared out. Of course, we are under the authority. The executive council of the Insurance Society of Nigeria must approve our plan, and I know that they will definitely approve our plan, because the council is a student loving council. So please watch out for that engagement in the course of the year. And I'm telling you, between now and next annual conference, you are going to see that significant change, that significant effect of that activity. Now, I don't know whether Charles is back with me. Charles, are you back? All right, I think I've lost Charles again. All right.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right, Charles, would you want to talk about the other thing in the agenda, which has to do with the induction of graduate students at the university level?
Okay. Okay. Thank you for all that you have enumerated. Okay. Thank you for all you have enumerated. And there are some things I will have to add to that. The program we have is a structure we are building now. This structure, we have taken time to plan it. So it's not a simply one night activity. We have taken time to plan this structure. And this structure, like I said, that NASAN or any name you use for your institution of Students of Nutrition and Dietetics is a professional body under Nutrition Society of Nigeria. You are the student arm. So any activity we do must have the backing of the National Executive Council of Nutrition Society of Nigeria. And one of the things that we have proposed to National Executive Council, which they have approved, is that of transition from being a student to a full member. We've observed that over some time, students graduate, and there is a disconnect between the students and the professional, between the graduate and professional members. And because of that disconnect, there is always a lack of network. So many students go astray within this gap of graduation and becoming a full member. We want to bridge that gap. And one of the things we have thought about and has been accepted, the committee has been set up, is a committee that is going to work on students graduate after graduation, on graduation, let me use that word, on graduation at the institution, will be inducted into the Nutrition Society of Nigeria as full members. So we are not going to have that break of I graduated 2010. How will I become a member of NSN? No. Upon your graduation, you will do your induction ceremony and in the school, in your institution, like they have been doing in other professions. So that is the plan we are having now, that students after graduation will become members automatically. And the induction will be a ceremony like other departments do. So that is the first step we have taken. A committee is there, and the committee is headed by a former vice chancellor of Ambrose Ali University. To tell you that that committee is not a what we call a picking committee. It's a high-powered committee. So we are going to work within this period. We are going to engage your institutions on the best approach to go with this induction. That is one. Now, coming down to the students, like Leshi have stated, there will be a structure where you are going to be engaged professionally. And I keep on using this word, professionally. This is not student, if you want to be if you want to do student union politics, go to student union. This is Nutrition Society of Nigeria. Our interest is building your capacity. Those of you that heard what the USAID coordinator said yesterday is that nutritionists are not competent enough for them in the market sector. So what can we do? We can't leave you like that. We must start something. So what Leshi has outlined are the processes that we intend carrying on within this period of time. And the best way to work is region. Do you know how many students are studying nutrition and dietetics in Nigeria? But look at you in the hall. Look at the number of students that came for this conference. So you see that there is a need for us to use this approach we used, so as to get this information to thousands of our colleagues that are not in this conference.
So it's not very effective having only our programs only during conferences, because those, if we have it in Southeast, only students in Southeast will have privilege to attend. If we have it in Southwest, majority of students in Southwest will come. If we have it in the North, only students in the North. So why don't we create regional activities within the year to build your capacity? Yesterday, you heard about being a 21st century nutritionist. And you heard what graduates said. Like I always tell my students, outside the university gate, there is another world. And that word is a very important word. So we want to start introducing you to that word through these programs. But you have to be patient with us. This is an initiation process. So it's very much important that we take these steps. And I would like to thank Leshi for all he has done to get this across. So it's very important that we understand this and for us to move in this direction. So Leshi, I think I have really given an idea of what we have. With this platform, with this structure, I believe that as we move on, the students will be getting information on what and what we intend doing. And from there, we take it up. So I get back to you. Over. Hello, Lesha, are you on? Okay, while we're still waiting for him, I will still want us students to have. Okay, he's back. I want to let you to have some reflection of all this we have said within these minutes, so that at the end of the whole day, we can process it, we can get your feedback, and we will know what to do from there. Okay, Leshi is back. All right, Leshi, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you, Charles. Just as I said earlier, at times Nigeria happened to us, so Nigeria just happened to me. The network kind of. So I wouldn't know whether there are other things that Charles. Are there specific things that you really want me to attend to now? Because next on the agenda has to do with the virtual series activities that we have for students. All right, now I know that some of you are saying that you are not comfortable that we are having this meeting virtually. Okay, well, our apologies for that. All right, but one of the things that we are trying to test run is that as 21st century nutritionists, we just have to leverage on technology. Well, all thanks to COVID-19 that has fast tracked our rate of growth in terms of the access to technology. And we believe strongly that there's so much that we can do, there's so much that we can achieve in the course leveraging on technology. All right. You can be in Sokoto, or you can be in Calabar, and you can be in Maiduguri, or in Abuja, or in Abeokuta, and we are all meeting together, have a rallying point, and we engage ourselves actively. All right. And then I we also believe strongly that there's also the need for you to participate in the conference. That's one key. But prior to your participation in the conference, to what extent are we engaging you? And that's why we are going to be organizing series of virtual activities. For instance, when we had our session yesterday, one of the things that came out strongly yesterday has to do with the need for us to learn on how to optimize our online presence. One of the speakers was talking about getting jobs through LinkedIn, and I also know quite a number of people that have been able to get their jobs, their current job or their previous jobs through the LinkedIn. How do we get ourselves? So we will be talking to quite a number of people to share from their experience on those specific demands that can catapult us to becoming a better nutritionist, to be well positioned. And then we'll also be organizing meetings, engagement that will give you more enlightenment about the activities of the society, or activities that the society is currently doing, current project that the society is doing, as well as other engagement, other opportunities that may come your way. For instance, sometimes in the course of COVID-19, I organized an event where students were exposed to how to navigate themselves if you want to do a post, you want to study outside the country. I mean, we organize such events and people share their view, how you can leverage an opportunity on how to continue your study outside the country. That's if you want to study outside the country. Of course, we know that we're in a generation of japaism. All right, and we will not want to discourage you. Rather, we believe that you are actually part of us, and wherever you are achieving there, whatever exposure that you are having there, you will also benefit us that are still in the country. So these are few of the activities and engagement that we'll be sharing with you. I also know that some of you ask questions, key question that I don't have the jurisdiction to answer to. All right, I can bring in the council member, for instance, like Charles. I can bring in Charles to come and shed more light on those things that I may not be able to speak to because of the authority that I do not have. So Charles is an authority, or we can even have one-on-one with the president, the Insurance Society of Nigeria, and we can relate with him, ask questions from him, and he can also relate with us and also share his passion with us about our activities, or about the activities of the society. I believe strongly that this virtual engagement will not just help us in as student, it will also build our network and also make us to have confidence in ourselves and be more relevant. One of the things that I personally would have loved to have, maybe later on I can talk on that. I have something so dear to my heart that I would really desire that we can have as student coordinating body, activity that we specifically for us, the student. All right, and then we'll talk more about that particular activities that of course that has not been approved yet. As soon as it is approved by our dear parent, which is the Insurance Society of Nigeria, we will definitely kick roll on that. And if there are specific things that you want us to do for you, let us know. For instance, we can organize training on how to do how to use some softwares or virtually. All right, and those things will be shared with us. We can talk about how to the needed skills and competencies that you need to be aware of. We can do that. We can talk about the softwares we need to expose you to, that you need to work on, the short courses, online courses. We'll do that as just to make sure to make sure that we leverage on the digital platform to maximize our engagement. I wouldn't know whether Charles has one or two things to add to all that I've said. Charles. Okay.
We have said so much, and I believe that the students here actually have some questions to ask, and we are going to. You said it. We are all switching the technology to suit us here in Nigeria. So I think another person will be added to this. Yes, so you have to add another person to the studio so that anybody that wants to ask question will give the person the phone so that we'll see the person and we'll
All
share
right.
with them. So let's listen to them. We have given them our ideas. Let's listen to them, and then after we will all harness what comes out. Yes, thank you.
Great. Thank you. I've added the person. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're open to your questions. Of course, we are doing this because of you. So if you're not comfortable with all that we are doing, fine, just tell us no. All right, we just readjust and then make sure that we meet your needs. There are some other questions on Telegram platform that we will also be raised as well, discussed. Yes.
is we all students are not comfortable with what the NSN is doing so far regarding student aspect. Well, there is need for more engagement with students, apart from only NSN bringing sponsors that will sponsor the conference.
Okay.
NSN are just bringing
Can you
sponsors
hear?
that will sponsor
You
programs,
can hear.
not sponsors that will sponsor students.
Can you hear? Can you hear
I
us?
can hear the echo. I cannot clearly hear him.
As not engage in the NSN, so this what left behind. Since I've been exposed every to this conference and but sponsors are coming to give free items. I don't need so from conditions. And the same condition at the first one. I would always be there. What we need is what fiscal pressure and any other support that we can get on the NS and social to help the student and not steal or gifts like on every conference that we go. And that is as need for NS to promote the student association in all our schools and to have national body for students. We are also NS woman register national body for students. NS can be a leading cause to have national student body, and I should be student body because in NS like either state chapter institutionally or we are not. I think that's my take.
Charles, can you just summarize his question? I could barely hear him.
Yeah, just allow. I'm getting all the feedbacks.
Okay.
I'm getting all the feedbacks, and at the end we'll coordinate and give. I'm getting all the feedbacks. Okay. I'm getting all the feedbacks. Right. So we just allow them to express themselves, and then later I will respond. Then. Okay.
All right.
Further investment programs. I'd like to ask if it's possible to have a regulation about the kinds of people that are into society. Because to make a growing nutrition it was not so or for I got away or give generations. But now our own cause. Almost all parents that practice. I think the number of graduates basically from nutrition, and there are fewer jobs for us to come out with because other people are coming to the MSc individual job. Immediately, it's a shock to get business because you see lots of people compete for the sake of the industries or teachers. We have to pass with nurses, we have to improve them, and every other part that is a little related to vision. I don't cannot explain how for instance, but this form of regulation I want to know if the ban in the UK is an NSL and every induction behind at least 80% of major nutrition from BS nutrition, MS is really important. Not come from other set of nutrition media that's very strong. And pressure it is possible for NSM so that not pay for registration. Imagine if we are associated with present peacefully at least there are a lot of food in Abeokuta. My brother was that free I don't know, start things. It's just much for friends that they have and go online see all of engineering, accounting, and I think it's like sometimes people that you are going there, it's like it's so as been try to get to feel that okay, this is what you guys people don't want to program like this. I'm saying to give us opportunities in the industry and to be relevant in this course. If I get the job, I would not better because they're only meeting for me to want to be a part of their stage. No grant, no money, no system. And I can keep everything. Thank you so much.
I'm a young miracle, and in answer to the questions that my doctor advised, I just want to ask specifically that the structure you said to our host was, can you give us the analysis of how good the fight for schools to millions and even to the national? Is it like the kind of hierarchy that actually good so that my colleague can also input and put solutions?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wagiri. I'm from Latin University. Okay. My name is Wagiri. I take care from other countries. So I care about Nigeria. So since NS education is address such an board. So I feel like every university in Nigeria offering this was like each game is that it is very
Wait. Oh, come on.
they should tell them about the nutrition society because not every university in Nigeria offer nutrition dictates actually tell their students okay SN is better than like join. So I think it should make compulsory.
Okay, thank you very much. I think it's quite interesting hearing this. And well, it's not surprising. The first, let me summarize so that Leshi will still have an idea of the questions. The first was support for students during conference, that there should be support in various aspects and not just giving them hand packs and food. So there should be more support for the students. So there should be more support for the. Okay. We have this. Let's just give some minutes. We are in Nigeria, so it's okay.
Nigeria has happened to us again. We are used to it.
So before this, let's say talk things we face, I'll say myself, people that have joined veteran. It's not only the students that are of all these race. Nutrition Society of Nigeria have
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Yes, I can hear you now. Okay. So the first question was distributing.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the first question was on support from for students during conferences. The second question was to regulate those members that join Nutrition Society of Nigeria, that there are competing interests and the limited opportunities are being competed by so many people that are not called nutrition professionals. The third question was subsidize the amount of conference registration. That 20,000 naira may be the reason why we didn't get so many students coming for the conference, that it needs to be subsidized. Then the fourth question talked about creating opportunities for students in different areas. So when they come for conference, there should be opportunities for them to make adverts for jobs and the rest of them. Then the last person contributed by saying that the students don't know much about Nutrition Society of Nigeria. So that at the institutional level, there should be more awareness and there will be more of making it compulsory for students to join the society. So I think, did that capture majority of what you asked? Okay, so those are the questions. So, Lesha, I hope we are on the same page now.
We're on the same page.
Okay, so let me about Nutrition Society of Nigeria, so that at the institutional level, there should be backward.
I think the second person should be muted. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I think I have to answer this. I have to answer this question, having been a member of the society. At the institutional level, there should be.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think those online can hear me, and you can hear me.
Yes,
so
I can hear you.
Do we need a speaker again from this system?
No, we don't need speaker from the amplifier.
Okay. So I can say a little on this.
Having been a member of the society from, I joined Nutrition Society of Nigeria in 2006. And by by 2000 and, by 2016, I joined the council, National Executive Council, as the National General Secretary. Now, from the first Support for Students conference, we have come a long way. Leshi mentioned that there was a time students were barred from coming for conferences. Why? The number of students were much, and the coordination of the students were not there, and there was this stampede and struggling for food and materials. So the council banned the students from attending. My mic is not muted. So banned the society from banned the students from attending conferences as student members. And what the implication was that there was no student membership fee. So whatever members paid, if you want to attend, you attend. Within those periods, students were still attending, but it reduced the number. But we advocated that no, students should be component of NSN. In 2008, the then president, Professor Nimau, declared that that NASAN should be the student component of Nutrition Society of Nigeria. There was national executives. Maybe you have not even come into the university by that time. There were national executives set up to coordinate the affairs of the students. And at the state level, you have different institutions having their national executives. But the problem was that there was no coordinator from National Executive Council of NSN to supervise whether the students were being coordinated by their coordinators or not. And over time, nobody knew what happened with that association, with that coordination. So we now projected that we need students back. And in 2017, we reintroduced student membership. 2017. They were bad around, that was 2014.
Yeah.
In the conference in Owerri.
Yeah.
In Owerri.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were bad after that, after the chaos in Owerri. They were bad in 2014. So they didn't attend 2015. They didn't attend 2016. In 2017, when we took over, I took over as the National General Secretary, we had to reintroduce it. So the students came back at a subsidized fee. Are you getting the history? So, and up till now, you're coming as student members. That is one. Secondly, the package within the conference is majorly for NSN members. Majorly. What Leshi and I and Solomon have been doing all these years is to struggle. Many of you see me walking around. This year is the only year I am a bit calm. This year, if many of you have attended previous conferences, you see that I am never calm in any conference because I oversee so many things. I oversee the back end of the registration. I oversee the induction when I was the secretary. I oversee the orientation, so many things. But we still have time to find out whether we can have student section. So that is the coming back that we are doing. Now, for the amount or the activities within there, most of the activities and sponsors you see are activity specific. All these NGOs, government ministries, they sponsor specific activities. You say, or USID, can say that they want to give us back, and that is the sponsorship they are giving us. You see on the bags that their names are there, right? You collected means that so which means that the sponsorship from you said didn't only go to members, it still went to student what members. Now Cabre may say that they are sponsoring so they will give us tea during tea break. You are part of the tea break. You take the tea. There is no discrimination, students or non-students. Now, I can go on, but what I want to emphasize is that the support we are getting from all these partners is not only the members that it goes to everybody that registered for conference. If you calculate the amount, like right now, I'm the National Financial Secretary, so I can tell you on this. The society subsidizes everybody that came for this conference. If you calculate the amount of materials you get, without partners being in here, the society cannot host this conference. These halls, check the amount we must have paid for about 5 days, and check the number of members that paid their dues. So the society is also handicapped. The 20,000 increment, the 20,000 that you pay for student registration is not actually what you are supposed to pay. If the society is more buoyant, we will subsidize it more. I will be an advocate of that. But there is no need asking you to pay 5,000 and you come here, we will say that you will not get back. Are you understanding it? Now, once you pay 5,000, you are entitled. That is our mentality. I paid 5,000. You should have told me to pay higher for me to get this fine back. That would be the argument. Let us just be frank. So the money we are paid is because we don't want to discriminate. You got all the materials that somebody that paid 35,000, somebody that paid 45,000 got. So let us start having a positive attitude towards the society, not a conflict attitude, because we have come a long way. Now, on the other question of regulating members, I would like to emphasize that there are two different things between a regulatory council and an association, a professional association. The medical doctors have a regulatory council, which they call National Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, right? Yes. That is a regulatory council. But Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, right? That is an association. A regulatory council regulates the practice of the profession. And it's only those that are certified to practice as nutritionists. So it's only those that are regulated, that are certified to practice, are now given the word certificate. But the association, the professional association, is not only for members, those that read the course. Because if you do it, you are stiffening your membership. And you are not going to get that networking and collaboration, multi-sectoral collaboration. So in Nutrition Society of Nigeria, we have two different members. We have what we call the full members, and we have the associate members. Full members are those that have a minimum of BSc in nutrition and dietetics. So you can have a master's, you can have a PhD. Now, it doesn't mean that if you don't have BSc in nutrition, and now in your master's, you majored in, you did, let's say that you read food science in your first degree, and during your master's, you did community nutrition. You have certified the qualification to be a full member. Because it is in every field. In advanced countries, there are courses you don't read in first degree. Something like law. You don't read law in first degree. You must have had a background, and then you can now read law to specialize in that background. Like if I read chemistry, first degree, I can read law and then become a lawyer in terms for chemical engineer or for chemical companies or whatever. So you must understand the difference between a regulatory council and an association. I am a member of Nutrition Society UK. I am a full member. I can vie for election. I'm a financial member. And I have been a member since 2014. In that Nutrition Society UK, you have everybody being in there because that's where we collaborate. I'm a member of Society for Nutrition Education and Behavior in United States. I pay annually. I pay about $120 per every year to renew my membership. In that membership, you have people from psychology, you have people from sociology, you have people from anthropology. Because if I want to do a research that has to do with food choice over some time, I need an anthropologist to be part of my research team. Are you getting what I'm saying? That is why the association is expanded more than the council. The council regulates your practice. So with the council, very soon, NSN is working towards getting a council for practice of nutrition and dietetics in Nigeria. Yes, we are working towards that. And you should also appreciate the fact that nutrition and dietetics is a new child. Check all the departments. It's recently that nutrition and dietetics is coming out from home economics. Nutrition and dietetics is coming out from food science. Are you getting it? So nutrition and dietetics is coming out from these professions to establish itself. You can't compare nutrition with medicine. You can't compare nutrition with what? Nursing. So it's a gradual process and we are moving there and we are moving. Are you aware that recently you had it in the opening ceremony that the the president has signed that about 11 ministries will now have departments of nutrition and dietetics? Are you aware? If you are not aware, that means you did not participate in the opening ceremony. Right now, Ministry of Women Affairs will have a department of nutrition where you can work. This just happened this year. We are working, we are moving towards that. And the people pushing for this is what? Nutrition Society of Nigeria. So let us just be a little bit patient. For associate members, there are specific courses that become associate members. Somebody that read chemical engineering can never be a member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria. Somebody that read banking and finance can never be a member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria. It's in our constitution. But somebody that read food science, yes, I can partner with the person. You cannot talk about nutrition without processing food. Are you understanding why those courses? Somebody that read biochemistry. Right now, most nutrition units are in biochemistry department. And gradually, they will now move out and stand on their own. So let us not look at this, we want our own. You just want to be idle. No, you cannot exist on your own as an association. We need to collaborate and we need to get those people on board. But yes, there is regulation. There is strict regulation on who becomes a member of Nutrition Society of Nigeria. We inducted about 279 people. 99% of them are our graduates, and that is what we want to remove. These people don't have a need to come to the national conference to become members. They should have become members on graduation, and they will now be looking at our associate members, those that want to join us. We will now be welcoming them. Are you getting it? So we cannot just at the conference start welcoming our students. That's what we want to correct. And we are working towards that. Create opportunities. The 21st century nutritionist that you attended yesterday, it was clear from those that have talked. I don't know how many of you attended here. How many of you joined? Wow, only 2. You can go to our YouTube handle and watch it. You need it. You need it. What they emphasize is that it is not about just what you read. That no employer will employ you just because you have a certificate of nutrition. Nobody, even if it's your father that owns the company, will decide to send you to another place. You can't run down somebody's company just because you have a certificate. You must have a skill. And what is the definition of certificate? Many people don't know. Certificate is not a paper. Certificate is a certification that you know this. That means that if you have a certificate of what you don't know, it is 419. So you must be certified of what you know. So we cannot create opportunities where you don't have a skill. The coordinator of USAID said yesterday that he cannot just employ you because you are a nutrition graduate. If a medical doctor performs better than you, they will employ a medical doctor. And that is why we are saying that we need to start building the skills of our students at the institution. How many of you can boast to be ICT compliant? How many of you can boast of about 5 softwares used to analyze nutrition data? How many of you here can boast that they can analyze data? Statistical analysis. How many can boast of it? These are the skills. How many of you can boast of they can design an intervention study? These are things that you must know before you graduate. Not when you graduate, you will not say, let me know it. Some will say, sir, when I graduate, I will get a computer and start learning. Let me tell you the truth. If you graduate without being a graduate, you will lose at least 10 opportunities before you learn. If you don't know how to use a laptop, a computer, and graduate, you will lose up to 10 jobs before you learn how to use the computer. How will you lose it? 1, you wouldn't have network. You wouldn't even know when job opportunities are there. 2, you wouldn't even know how to apply. This conference you attended is all online. You pay through the portal. I'm telling you, majority of people didn't know how to do that and had to go to a cyber cafe. How many of you have a functional email address? Let me come. An email address that specifies that it's you. Now let me give you some example. Adebayo Joyce at gmail.com and funkybaby at gmail.com. Which one is a functional email address? Which one do you have? So So for those that are still operating with Funky Baby, Pinky Lady, Smart Lady at Gmail, that may be one of your disqualification criteria. Are you getting? Yes, I talk and you may be laughing, but I'm telling you the truth. That may be one of the things that will disqualify you when you are applying for something. Who is this person? You are not matured enough, and we cannot associate your email with you. So I think we have to start getting that. But what Leshi and I are assuring you is that that capacity is where we want to come from. I don't care whether there is job or not. What I care is to build my capacity. Some people will tell you, well,
I can see here. You can go ahead, Charles. All right. I think we lost Charles. Um, I'll see if we can connect back to. Okay.
Hello, sir. Hi, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello,
Can you
sir.
hear me?
Hi. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I think we lost. We
I
lost
should
Charles.
smoke. I mean, like
The line
the
is
sense
breaking.
and something. I should have been able to like focus, sir. Yes.
Charles, can you hear me? All right. I'm not sure they can hear me,
That's
and
me.
then I cannot hear you. Your line, your speaker is breaking. I cannot hear you. So perhaps
Is
I
it?
will just quickly talk more.
Yeah.
Hello, Charles.
And it's in.
The speaker is not clear enough. So I know you are trying to communicate, but it's not clear. It's breaking.
Can you hear me now?
I cannot hear you. I know you're trying to talk, but it's breaking. The speaker of that gadget is not clear enough, so it's breaking. It's not audible. So the line is breaking.
I will just repeat.
All right.
It is. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
I think it has to do with that gadget that they're using. So you can just log in again, Charles.
okay.
I can hear you
Can
now.
you hear me?
Yes, I can
Okay.
hear you.
So yeah, my network went out. So I've tried to address some of the issues with that they have raised. So I don't know if you have one or two things to add, and then we still want you to go through the structure that we are organizing for the students. It seems like they didn't get it clearly, so we
Okay.
still have to go. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charles, for that extensive feedback that you have shared with our dear friends and colleagues over there. So I don't have much to say, but I'll just touch nearly all the 5 questions with one or two additional points. Let me start with something that somebody raised on the YouTube about what about the HND?
Please, can you hold on a little so that those in the hall can still hear you?
Okay, all right, it's fine.
Can I use the cable? Okay, so I have to relocate to where I can put
All
the
right,
cable so that they can hear,
that's fine.
so that you can hear.
Yeah, thanks. So to our virtual audience, sincere apologies for that. We are getting it, all right? So I'm sure that by the time we are having the next section of iBridge like this, I'm sure that it would be much more better, well organized. Yeah, at least a step that we're taking in this direction. So thank you. And I know you understand. Thank you for the understanding. All right.
You can start now. You can
All
start
right.
now.
Thanks. So you can hear me now, right? Great. So I'll just quickly speak to a few of the questions that Charles has responded to. Just reiterate some of those things about the support for students. I can't add more than to say that all the support that we have so far is as a result of the battle that has been won. All right, and definitely more battles will still be won. So please just take it as a step in the right direction. All right, we never had much support as we have now. Before, there was nothing called Nutrition Society of Nigeria student activities or student engagement, but now we're having that to the extent that we are even well represented in the program of event. That shows that we are getting there. We have desires, we have aspiration. As our aspiration and our desire is to make our student engagement to be as vibrant as what we have in the UK. All right, the student session, they even have student conference for, I mean, out of the national conference that they have for the Nutrition Society of UK. All right, they have student conference. They have student conference in Ireland, and so where that's where we are going. But we are just going to start one step after the other. By the time we're able to achieve some of those milestones that we have set, we will be able to be in good position where our fathers and our mothers, that is the National Council, will be able to approve that we can be having these kind of things, this kind of students session, student active session or engagement in the course of the conference, or that even be run prior to the national conference. About subsidy, the truth of the matter is that Nutrition Society of Nigeria is one of the societies, if not the only society that has subsidized everything for its membership, whether student or full member. Is if ask a typical lawyer when they go for their conference how much they pay for their conference. All right, ask from a typical medical doctor when they go for their conference the amount they pay for their conferences. So I can tell you that the token that we are paying has been so subsidized. As a matter of fact, most of the time at the end of the conference, the society does not even say that they have any other money left. So please just accept us as we are now, and then by the time we the students are able to put ourselves together, we can also get more funding that can support us, the students, for all our activities. All right, who say we cannot write to them with the foundation to support or to sponsor 200 students to the conference? Well, let's just give it a try. When we give it a try, we can get it. So that's about subsidy, about creating opportunities. The truth of the matter is that, one, listen to yesterday's broadcast. Number two is the fact that opportunities for us are there. I can tell you, the opportunity for you as a graduate of nutrition and dietetics, they are there. It's just that you are not taking up the opportunities because most of the time we disqualify ourselves. All right, I know of several job advert or several job opportunities that non-nutrition graduates apply to, and they consider them because we, the owner of the job, did not apply for those jobs, and they'll tell me we wrote the advert out, but they did not apply. And then so please, as much as possible, apply. Leverage on those opportunities that are available. Apply for them. Many of us, we say that because we don't have the number of years of experience. The question we ask ourselves is, how do I need to get those experiences? Yes, I don't have a job now. Yes, you can volunteer before you graduate. Those volunteering activities are part of the experiences that you are going to put together in your CV, and that can even give you such qualification, such consideration for such a job. There are several nutrition outlets there now that are engaging students. There are several projects that are engaging students. Yesterday, one of our facilitators, Sheung, there was a time that she was looking for volunteers for a project across Nigeria, and we shared that, of course, because many of us are not connected, that networking is not yet there, and that's why we prioritize that setting up of that Telegram platform, so that we can share the opportunities for us to know about all the opportunities that are available, and we can leverage on them, whether on volunteering or even on full job scale. About awareness at institutional level, my dear friends, all right, I can tell you that come this time next year, the story will not be the same. That's what I would just say. Based on the structure that we are being put in place, we talk about the fact that at the national level, there's coordination of student activities, and that's part of what we are doing here now. And now we are taking this student activity, we are taking them granular to our region, where we're going to be organizing regional activities for students. So your travel time will reduce, the cost of participation will be reduced, all right, and then you can also engage, interact with one another within your network. So if you're a student from University of Ibadan and you're a student from LAUTECH, or you're a student from Bowen, you can be at the same platform, or the same program, and benefit from one another, and also network with one another. If you are from Umudike, or you are from IMSU, or you are from Makalopa University, or you are from UNN, you can at the same time meet together. And also, when we have a regional workshop or summit for the student, then we also interact and network through that activities. Now, the utmost of it is our strategic steps that we are taking now to ensuring that you, as graduate, those of you that are in your final year, at the point of graduation, you will be inducted to become a member of Nutrition Society of Nigeria. I mean, doing that means that we are going to be involved with you, we are going to be in touch with you, and we are going to also network and further ensuring that you are well integrated into the society. Somebody asked on the YouTube that, how do I become inducted to become a member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria? It's very easy. These are the steps. If you're a fresh graduate, this one will have been addressed prior to before you finish your NYSC. You will have become an inductee of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria, so that when you come for the conference, you come in as a full member, and you can begin to enjoy the benefit that full members are also enjoying. The other question has to do with the skills and competencies. I can tell you, this is where we are starting from. Our activities for the next 1 year is focusing on building capacity of our students, and that's why we had yesterday's session where we talk about who is a 21st century nutritionist. What does it take to become a 21st century nutritionist? Now we are going to take this step further by positioning ourselves, by exposing ourselves to those skills, those specific skills that you need to be aware of, and you need to be conscious of. So we are going to work on them, and then, for instance, there are soft skills that you need to really focus on. Okay, now many people we know of maybe the analysis software, maybe SPSS. Yes, SPSS is fantastic too, right? But the truth of the matter is that a 21st century nutritionist needs more than SPSS. We're talking of how. We're talking of Power BI. All right, we're talking of visualization softwares. These are the tools that you really need to be accustomed to. You need to be exposed to, and these are the software that we also strategically will be exposing you to in the course of this. We know that some of these things might not be taught in our the various schools, and we are leveraging on this student activity through this channel to be organizing specific training for students, webinars for students. That's what we call it workshop. That some of the things that you are not being taught in school, we will be teaching them, we will be exposing you to make you more competent for jobs and opportunities that are available for you as nutritionist in training or as nutrition graduate. And by the time you are graduating, or by the time you are moving out of this phase of your life, you'll be more competent, you'll be more qualified, more than any other person, so that when you apply for jobs, then nobody will deny you, or nobody will say that you are not eligible. Why? Because you are even not just qualified but overqualified. We are interested in equipping every one of you to be qualified for anything that you really want to go into. And I also want to mention this. We know that some of you are in nutrition, all right, and then you are in nutrition, but nutrition is not in you, or you are studying nutrition and dietetics, but the course is not in you. We understand the place of your passion, we understand the place of your talent, but I can tell you that in the course of our engagement with you, we are still going to relate with you to make you to discover your purpose, and then make you to align or realign whatsoever thing you are going to do. If you are somebody that is into digital marketing, who says that you cannot still graduate as nutrition and dietetics today, you can still do so and still pursue your passion for digital marketing. I know someone, okay, for instance, yesterday, Joyce was one of our facilitators. Joyce is a software web developer. All right, and she has contributed. I mean, web developer, looking at it technically, does not have anything to do with nutrition. But in terms of application, it has a lot to do with nutrition, because now she is supporting Nutrition Society of Nigeria in developing our own website, and that is something incredible that you can do. So all we need to do now is to see to what extent can I, as a student, be able to also use my talent, my skills, my competencies to make myself much more relevant. And these are a few of the engagement that we'll be doing with you. And we also do our own best to ensure that each state reach out to you in the next couple of months and engage you in all their activities. Even if the state is not organizing any activities, based on our own activities that we are doing or that will be coming up in the next couple of months, you will be integrated, you will be actively involved, and then we'll be able to also hand you over to the state chapter to relate with you, and then also make use of your availability, and then you can also learn from them. I think I should just stop here for now. I don't know whether Charles has additional things to talk on. Charles. Are there additional questions that you want us to speak to, Charles? You are muted. You are muted, Charles.
Thank you very much. We have one of our senior colleagues that want to make an input. So, please, Dr. Ebenezer, please, can you make your input? You have to add him to. Leslie, can you hear us? Please add him to the. Okay, he has added you. Yeah, it's the lag. I think it's the lag. Okay. Okay, maybe he.
Tell him to check his WhatsApp. Tell him
Yeah.
to check his WhatsApp.
Tosi, do you see?
I can see you.
Yeah, Tosi. How are you
Good
doing?
to see you.
No, you can't.
Okay. Do you hear me now?
I can hear you loud and clear. Thank you so much for your
But I
sacrifice.
cannot hear you.
Just go ahead.
No, he's here.
Okay, now that's great. Yeah, thank you, my brother. And I was looking forward to seeing you here, but I learned some other things came up, and you are not available. So first, I'd like to congratulate everyone that is seated in this hall. I saw some people have left. Sometimes people leave before a miracle come. But those who are seated there, I congratulate you. Clap for yourself for your patience. And I'm very much interested. I have a little issue with Tosi. He didn't tell me about this session. And Tosi and I has come a long way together. So, but I forgive him. He also understands my passion about raising the next generations of nutritionists across sector. And I want to just say that, and a story, maybe a short story about how Tosi and I we met. Somebody took a chance. They had some consultancy with UNICEF, MI, and all that to do some research work on the uptake and utilizations of zinc ORS in Nigeria. And Dr. Folake Samuel was one of the consultants, and then my own mentor, Dr. Olabi, was one of the mentors, one of the consultants that were contracted to lead that study. And that is how we found ourselves in Osogbo that year, I think 2009 or 2010. And they were in the same hotel. I think we were sleeping on the same bed. We were sharing room because we don't have money to rent hotel. So we were sharing the same room, the same bed. And I recall to say, I don't know whether it was his wife that time, they were talking the night. I think this man will not allow me to sleep. So, but what I'm bringing this up to is that we are product of mentoring, right? Take note of that. We are product of mentoring. At that time, money was not our focus. We want to get experience because job, contract, consultancy can come one day. If I want phone call, you can be contracted. $1 million project, $2 million project. A lot can happen within a short period of time. But when that time comes, you will not go back. So let me go and gather the experience so that I will be qualified to do this. And I can tell you that I shared that story yesterday briefly. I studied biochemistry, first degree in ABU, and I finished in 1999. After 10 years, almost 10 years, I went back to do to do my master's degree. I was determined that, look, I should go further. And somebody looked at me and said, I wanted to do master's in health education. I said, what do you want to do with that? Say there is one course they are doing in the department now, is nutrition. Say I should go and register for that one. I brought my form, my MSc form for the person to endorse. It was one of my referee. She said, no, I shouldn't do it. I was feeling, I don't even know a jack about nutrition. I was telling you at that point. And then I thought about it. I went back to meet my wife. I said, this is what this person said. I said, but PDG, I said, I have a good BSc. Why should I go and do PGD? We have a lot of erroneous belief, right, about some of these things. Skill is skill. Whether it's PhD or not PhD, as I heard that Dr. Charles was saying that certificate is certification that you have this skill, right? So the person, she encouraged me that I should go for this course, a weekend program and all that. And when I started that program. Are we together? Yes. Listen well. And I did that program for 1 year, then I finished. And after 10 years that I've left the school, they were surprised that this person can perform like this. Because I was the only one that had distinction in that class. And so there was a call for scholarship. Professor Gutona has retired from University of Agriculture, Abeokuta. He was now coordinating a scholarship program for Dufi, the makers of Indomie. and they wanted to train 12 nutritionists across the country. So ABU, when they wrote letters to the schools, ABU recommended me to represent them, and that's how I came. And the place of mentoring is very important, because those days we used to talk about, see those mentors far up. Ogunona was the president of NSN, was a professor. When he has become a professor, before I even enter maybe secondary school or so, I don't know, right? As far as 1988 was a professor. So what I'm saying, this man came to the park, this motor park, to come and pick me with his vehicle. He drove me to hotel and put me there. I was very excited that see somebody that we're looking at, you can only imagine coming close, and he came down to my level. He came to the park, he didn't send his driver, and brought me to hotel and rent hotel for me. I slept there. I went to apply for master's degree in this school, and that's how I came under his mentoring. And that is why the opportunity that we will have, we want to make it available for every one of you. There should not be any reason why somebody who chooses to be a nutritionist should be regretting. The sky is so wide that you can flex, you can do anything, you can do acrobat, and you will not crash. But there are things that you must be determined to do. Number one, you must be determined that you must have this skill. You can make up your mind and say you want to be the best nutritionist in the world. It might be your vision. My own vision is that I must be a global brand. And if I sit in any interview anywhere in the world, if they don't give me that job, it is because they are sentimental. It's not because I didn't perform. And you can do it. And you can also create job. I hope you know. And I was very happy because there was one young guy, one young man that Leslie sent to me in Abuja. Was doing some work around skill set for nutritionists and all that. I thought it was a very good research. And I've been discussing now with the presidents and the leadership of the NSN. How can we raise the next generations of nutritionists across sector? Across sector. And one of the things that we're looking at is how do we need to even convene a national dialogue to raise the profile of this problem? Let us even understand that there's a gap in terms of skill and scale. And I've traveled almost every part of Nigeria, every region of Nigeria, and I've come across a lot of people who say they are nutritionists, they are nutrition program people. I tell you the truth, many of them don't know what is nutrition. But they are there because people who are supposed to take their position, they are not ready. And even the Holy Book said, even though you are the heir to the estate, as long as you are a child, you are not better than a servant. You are not better than a servant. And so I can only charge you and challenge you that the sky is the beginning. The sky is the beginning. There's no limit. Don't ever look down on yourself. Don't ever look down on yourself. Don't ever think that the story I'm telling you is not long ago. This story that I'm telling you about, it's not long ago, just few years ago. It's just few years ago that I came to this thing. The lecturers in the Abu, they gather money and give me to come and do the master's degree to pay transport to this place. Are we together? Yes, so it's not that like a Christmas tree, you just cut and come and put somewhere and put decoration, and after 2 days it will dry up. For you to have to go far, you have to go down, and then from there you begin to. One of the things that Dr. Olabi said, and when they were recruiting us to do that work in Oshun with Leshi and one other guy, I will round up now. I just tell you a story for you to learn. He told me, he said, do you know the reason why we are recruiting you for this work? He said, you are a type of person that if they give you work to go and do, you will never complain. He said, even if you have to cross River Niger and Benue, you will go and cross River Niger and come back and say, oh God, when I want to do this thing, this is what I face, but here is the result. Are we together? He said, this is the reason why we're hiring you for this position. Those days, when they send us to go and do errand, they are the one that are consultants with UNICEF, World Bank, all those groups. They are the one that got the contract. They will send you go and deliver the work and come back and write your report. They will go and submit and collect the money. They will give you money, but you are sure that the money you are going to get is just barely going to carry you to that place, feed you for the time you are going to be there. Sometimes I'll be going and looking for people's houses to stay because you are doing consultancy. And because of that, I tell you, as I started 2010 or so, they gave me 600,000 for that consultancy. Imagine. It's a lot of money. I went to do boreway, to do water this in my house with that. Are we together? So the money I didn't get in 2008, 2007, when I was doing Jackie work, I got it one day because experience is not there now. Are we together? So, but in our day now, if they call you, come and do this thing for me, you say, how much is there? How much are they going to pay me? Money should not be your problem. It should be the least of your consideration. And I had this sister from Bay University was saying, we need to reduce the money and all that. It is good. While we are doing all those ones to make it affordable for people, you will pay for what you want to get. Are we together? You will pay for what you want to get. It's sacrifice you have to make to get what you need to get. And some of the things that I think Tosin was doing with the Rio and Co in their school, sometimes they call, I think a few times I've had a chance to interface with their students, so that you can, from the perspective of maybe donor group, development partners, and all that one aspect, just one aspect of the work. That's not all the thing. The private sectors, there are people that are doing fantastic things around the world that you are relevant to. And I'm crying for capacity because it's a major gap in our programming. We need people that have the skill. We are looking for them, we don't get them. Are we together? So the one you go for any interview at all, if they don't give you the job, it's because they are sentimental, or because maybe you and your friend, you are competing and one person has to get the job. But it's not that and you say you are a nutritionist. Are we together? You people, you are better than us. You are more technical, tech savvy. You have a lot of things. Instead of spending much time on your laptop doing Facebook, doing all those kind of social media thing, it's good though. I'm not saying you should cut off, because in success in life, it goes beyond academics. One of the major things that is important you must take note of is network. There have been studies that have been done in top most universities abroad, and they found out that what they find as success, being wealthy people that are wealthy around the world, they've provided them. The first thing to them is their social space, the network, the kind of people that you associate with, the kind of network that you have. You don't have people that are going to be abusing each other on social media, mad boy, silly guy. Why don't you look for folks that will be able to encourage you and spoil you? Those ones that will be asking you, have you seen that latest Korea film? They'll be telling you about the latest innovations. They'll be telling you about do you know that the Cornell University has hosted this training? Do you know that there's a Harvard training that you can attend online, free? There are a lot of them free. Free. If you attend a 1 week training, you peruse, you go through the course, you have the certificate. By the time you write your CV, you put it. You say, infant and young child feeding programming, Cornell University. You put it there. You think anybody will argue? Have you told a lie? Ask me, have you told a lie? You're not told a lie, but you have done the course. So there's one course, management of community management of acute malnutrition, Santati University. You put it. Humanitarian response and gender programming, Harvard. You put. If I'm review your CV and I see all those things there, you think I will not go and pick it? And somebody just put something scanty, graduate of blah 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 UI. You think I will come and look at that one? What will that one do to me? That 1,000 graduates of UI, and then this person stood out. So before you even come there and say, how the first class, they will first of all see those other skills that you have acquired. And he's talking about digital, talking about technology. It's very important. Are we together? So those are some of the things that, and so you people that are in the academia, let us go beyond the class. Let's take the society to the class. The other time we had a chance with the UI student, I think they are foreign level. I tried to introduce them to project management. Because let me tell you something, these donors that are seeing, all these development partners, they're not looking for people to train at all. They are looking for people that will solve problem for them. They have money they want to spend. They have limited time. They are going to spend that money. They want somebody that can help them make a judicious use of it and give them good report. So as soon as you are coming, there's no orientation. No, they will just give you your laptop. They give you one package of folder and said, these are the things that you are going to be doing. You're on your own. So what they do is they put you in the middle of the ocean. If you don't know how to swim, you sink. And I work now for USAID in the last 4 years. I've seen people that they sack because they are not performing. They enter, and you know, if you have Godfather, me, I don't have Godfather. God is my father. And everywhere I've gone to do interview, they'll say, this person is a preferred candidate. They'll give me the job. I don't have any Godfather, but I have God. And the skill and experience I've acquired, you can't take it away from me. Are we together? So they'll give you your laptop. Yeah, take. If they wait for you the first week, second week, third week, they don't see any performance. You know, there's a probation period. Sometimes 3 months, 6 months. Some people, they won't even wait for that time. They say, well, we have recruited this person in error. They will tell you to either resign or they'll sack you. And I have a friend that came in, he sacked him. Say incompetence. And for me, there's no any other embarrassment under the earth that for you to be given a job and they don't sack you because you are not performing. Not that you stole money, no. Stealing is not good though for a child of God. But if you have a skill, but that you cannot perform, that's the highest embarrassment you can get. And I God forbid it that any of us here, or any of the people that are within the NSN circle, they are going to hire them and they will sack them because they cannot perform. And that's why I'm congratulating all of you who are here. You have people like Tosin who went through mentoring. I know he's a Folake's boy. Me, I'm a Wolabis boy, to Gutona's boy. We have boy. We have people that we look up to. See, they are going. Which I celebrated by the yesterday. I was 48. In the next 2 years, I'll be entering the fifth floor. Fifth floor. We are also going. You people are the one that will take over from us. But how confident are we to be able to do that? So you people have to put yourself in the position that we are ready to learn. That is one of the skills you need to take. That's emotional intelligence, willingness to learn. You go down, even they ask you to sweep the floor. Say, sweep floor is a small thing. I'll sweep it. But if you are standing up and you are big, you will not be able to go far. Even the Holy Book said, anybody that wants to be a leader must also be what? Servant of all. That's how you are going to be lifted. And I see that great future ahead of all of you. Are we together? Yes, sir. So please be encouraged. Charging you is not because we want to make you feel bad. You are doing well, but you can do better. Are we together? Yes, sir. Both academically, morally, because there are a lot of intelligent people who do Yahoo. You know, it takes a lot of intelligence to do Yahoo. Hey, that's what I'm saying. But we also need people of character. You are charismatic, you also have character. There's somebody they call him, he's a lion, he's also a lamb. You should know when to be a lion, when to be a lamb. You must have that skill. And those things, most of the time, they don't teach them in school. It is when you are relating with people, you have those learning. So I'm going to stop here so that you can go for your lunch. Thank you. What is that?
Thank you. Other students are on YouTube.
Okay.
On it. Okay. Wow. Can we give him a round of applause again? So I think we have said so much. What we need you is to process it, internalize it, and then act on it so that you'll be a better person. So I have to actually see how we can round up because I'll be part of the AGM. And I think, hello, yeah, I think, Lesha, I hope you got us. I hope you
Yes,
got everything.
I got all the inspiration that Luto gave us. Yeah,
Okay, okay. So
yeah,
I actually would step out now so I can prepare for AGM.
yeah.
So I think we have one or two more questions.
Okay. So
Yeah, so
anybody
you
with
can,
questions, they can just come
yes,
over to this seat and then ask the question and then attend to them.
yes. So
Yes.
okay, so anybody can come over. Or they still have. No, it's not connected. Oh, it's not connected. Okay, they can come over and
All
then.
right.
All right, all right.
Yeah. So thank you very much. I think I will just say thank you very much, Charles, for this time and for this commitment. Thank you so much. And I believe that we have been able to address some of the student worries.
Mm,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
See you later.
All right. Should I use the microphone? I use microphone, but you hear better with phone. Mm.
Thank you very much, sir, for the exposition. My name is Damola, and I also want to piggyback on what you have said that character for me it's huge, and because I remember we were conducting a study in Ibadan sometime last year, and we have over 70 enumerators for that study. And right now, after the study, I would say that we have less than 10 persons. Because after the study was done, we needed to do a lot of desk work, data analysis, and report writing. But we found out that a lot of people are not equipped to actually do that kind of work. And it's a challenge to us. Same time last year, I was recruiting about 5 core members to help on the project. And I was asking them, oh, can you use Excel? I'm like, Excel? I can't. What can you do? Oh, I can use my phone. Ha, phone? In this century? I think Ajimobi said before he died that the illiterate of the 21st century is not he who cannot read or write, but he who is not ICT compliant. I want to challenge you guys because most of these things truly you would not have the opportunity to learn them from the four walls of the university. Nobody will teach you character. Nobody will teach you how to be a good team player. Nobody will really teach you how to have good problem solving skills. Those things would stand you out even when you have the qualifications. You know, qualification will bring you to the table, may even get you the job. But what would sustain you in that job that you have? Character is key. And I just want to congratulate you guys for also being here, both those that are online virtually and those of you that are here. If you also need to connect with people, not necessarily for job purposes, but just to interact with them, know what they do, and kind of network, get contacts. Don't bug people with, oh, I need job. Can you help? A lot of people, everybody needs job, one way or the other. Some are trying to switch jobs, some are also trying to move up the ladder. But what can you do? What are the attributes that you kind of have, and what are the skills? I mean, skill is a big word, but the very soft skills that you need even to thrive in this economy, they are very vital. And lastly, I also want to encourage the NSN to also leverage graduates are those persons that are already working, and whatever skills that they can have, even to teach the younger generations. I remember very well that even in my alma mater, FUNAB, I help people with their projects, just teach them how to use Stata, SPSS to analyze their projects, even at the University of Ibadan, Babcock University, and also at the Lee City University. So, I mean, I understand that your lecturers cannot teach you, how to use Stata because they also have a lot of responsibilities and deliverables. So I think it is also your job. There are a lot of free content online that you could leverage, and perhaps if you need further clarifications, then you can reach out to your senior colleagues. And I think everyone is really open to helping you as much as you want to also help yourselves. Yorubas will say, "Ọmọ tó bá ṣípá, nìyá ẹ̀ máa gbé." Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the presenters. I am okay.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Thank you very much, the presenters. I am particularly delighted on hearing the plans the association is having pertaining to the students and induction in school. What I want to ask is the induction, after it has started, what was the fate of those that have graduated? That's what I want to ask. What's the fate of those that have graduated? And then pertaining to the capacity building, how is it going to be? Is it that all 6 geopolitical zones will be attended to in a year, or in this year we're going to take this zone, and next year we'll take another zone, and on and on and on like that? What is the plan for that? I want to know. I want to get clarified.
All right. Thank you very much. I will respond to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's hearing you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Um, I actually want to start my question with a short story. It's about okay, yeah. So I said I want to start my question. I have like 2 questions, but I want to start it with okay, a question then also like a suggestion. Yeah. So my question first is that about the skills, yes. Thank you very much for the enlightenment. And I also yesterday I also got that also from the speech you gave yesterday, sir, about skills. So actually, it has been on my mind for some time now. I've discussed this with some of my colleagues that we graduated together, and some of my friends about skills that are actually needed for nutrition and dietetics students. That because I found out that yes, is what we learn. It's not about even having first class or whatever the class may be. The skills are actually needed. So, sir, I don't know if you could mention specifically some skills that are needed. Some of these skills, if it can be enumerated. Then also, to the suggestion, I when I was in 100 level, we had the orientation program in one of the halls beside COFEC then in school. And when after doing the orientation, they showed us the first graduate who had first class in the department. Oh, I was like, wow, let me meet this person, let me speak with her, and all that. And with the enthusiasm I was going, I went to her office. As I got to the door of my office, I don't know, I was just crying. I didn't even know how to go in. The tension to go to ask that question was just there. And later she came out, she said, what's wrong? I said, nothing, I just rubbed my eyes and I left. That decision, that question I could not ask. It caused me a lot of things. And after that scenario, fortunately enough, she became my supervisor. Thank God, like we still have bond till now. Anytime I maybe I have a recommendation, I have anything like that, she will always okay, just give me the address and everything like that. So my suggestion is that if as in I'm just relating this to what happened to me as at when I was undergraduate. Now, if this and also again one of us, my lecturers then told us, okay, told us to buy a book compulsorily, and we got everybody in that class got that book. You had the dictionary. So if it can be like in a way to let's say impose it like you must maybe for the conference, because coming to the conference gives enlightenment and all that. If it can be let's say imposed or in a way to make sure that students come and they are also enlightened, I think it's also a way forward of helping students to also get the necessary
Right.
exposure. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay. Um, do you want me to quickly speak to some of the questions?
Thank you. You didn't tell me your name anyway. So, in terms of skill, there's no limit to skill, but I can talk from the perspective of where I work. There's what we call hard skill. Hard skill. like he's talking about your tech, you know, talking about uh, how do you, for example, training skills, leadership. But more importantly to us, because there are a lot of intelligent people, as I said, what we don't have is people that have character. That's why that emotional intelligence, soft skill is very important. Things like leadership, empathy, listening and learning skill. Yeah, exactly. You know, you because you are endowed, you are entrusted with resources, time. Because every month you sign off your time sheet that you have done 40 hours. Have you really done it? Right? Or you are just gisting, chatting, doing your nails when you're supposed to be working. There are issues about what we call interpersonal relationship and teamwork. You are the one that talk about teamwork. There are skills. How you engage in a team. How do you ensure that you allow people to express themselves? Like you want to meet somebody, that you are the oga or you are a graduate, and so what? And so what? That I'm working for US government, and so what? You see, not somebody that is American president. You understand what I'm saying? So you, we should understand that we are still human beings. Even if the American president, there is God that is bigger than everybody. So one of the things that we need to understand, talking about skill, you can't acquire all the skill in one day. It's not that we list them out and then you say, okay, you acquire it by learning. That is, you can never study and find. I've read some book or some documentary, they talk about management skill and all that. I realized that you must experience it. And let me tell you, if you are humble, everybody will know that you are humble. If you are proud, they will see it. It's only a matter of time. Right? Because somebody is trying to talk, maybe his English is not polished like my own, and you are attending Queen College, or you are the one that finished from Queen England, and then you are looking at that person. He might not say anything, but you have already lost a friend, you have lost a colleague in the middle of that. People want to express themselves, they don't want to be called out. So even when you have identified a fault, you find a way to call the person offline to say, this is what I've discovered. Do you think that you need to consider this? So these skills are things that you require every day to deal with people. You have to manage your supervisor. You have to manage your supervisee. You have to manage your colleagues. You have to manage external stakeholders. So those are some of the skills that you require. If somebody know that you have empathy, there's somebody that they can come to, they will be very happy to come to you. And there's so many information you will know that other persons who is cocky and somewhere will not, they won't tell the person. There are opportunities that might be there in the system. They will hide it away from you. The person might be a clerk or a messenger or an office manager, but there's something institutional memory that he has that you can benefit from, which you have lost by closing up. So, and as it is now, I hope as you are coming year in, year out to this kind of environment, you are exchanging contacts. Because sometimes there might be scholarship opportunity somewhere, there might be job somewhere. It is the person that you know that will tell you. He might not be able to get you the job, but will let you know that this opportunity is available. Are you together? All the things, this job that I'm doing in USID now, it was one of my colleagues that were together in my former organization that went to join USID. He was the one that forwarded that position to me. He said, Ebenezer, look at this. I say, this can't be worker. It's not me. He said, something say, why don't you just apply? I said, okay, let me apply now. I don't have anything to lose. Pata, they will not call me. Will they penalize me for applying? You understand what I'm saying? And lo and behold, they called me. I was surprised. And I went there. I said, God, you have to show me mercy. I went to that place. Do you know, we are 6. Some of my people that were attending the interview, I saw them here. There were 6 of us that they called. And they called me in to go and do the interview. You know, the story I'm telling you is just somebody sent me the advert. That's where we started. And then I did submitted and they called me. What did they call me? They did. At the end of the day, what happened? After like few, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they said they are done. I thought I said something wrong. I was surprised. They said, no, they are done. I should go. And then they didn't allow me to go back to meet the other people. They took me to another door, out of the system. And for another 6 months, I didn't hear anything from them. Until one day, they sent me a letter and said, the recruitment in the our office takes a year to two, sometimes 1 year 2 years before they conclude. It's not something that today they carry you and then they now eventually come. So the point I'm making is that network, friendship is very important. You might not be like padi everyday person, but you must have a very cordial relationship with people, because that's where you're going to get information. Information is power. Are we together? So those are the skills, and you can walk up to anybody. If you see somebody, say, please, oh, I want you to mentor me, and you are ready to learn. You are ready to, if the person corrects you, you are not angry. I say, who does he think he is? Is he feeding me? Okay, no problem. Go and be feeding yourself. Are we together? So you should be able to identify at your level everyone. If you know somebody who has a skill that you need, don't hesitate. Look, but in my office, I will write a mail. I will go and call my colleague. Please come and help me read this mail. There is peer review, even in mail writing. They say, they will come and put something. Maybe comma will help you to enhance your mail. You send it out. And everybody look at you and say, this guy sent superlative mail. They don't know that you are going to ask somebody to, to look at it for you. You are written the draft, somebody will help you review. Are we together? Sometime I'll give my wife. I say, please let me look at this thing before I send it to. Say, okay, look at it, it's fine. Are we together? Yeah, I'm learning every day. Even now I'm learning. Are we there? So learning is a skill,
Thank
and you
you
must
very,
acquire that skill. Thank you.
thank you very much for that. All right, great. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Thanks very much, sir. So I just have to add this to the whole thing. But permit me to regress so that we can run this session. So the first thing I want to say is this. I want everyone that
Before you go, can you
okay. Dr. Leshin, are you there, sir?
I'm here. I'm with you. I'm here with
Yeah,
you.
please.
All right, let me
Okay, sir.
I
Yeah.
am with you. I am with
Okay.
you. I
Can
am
we
there.
have other one?
I can hear you. I am with you.
Yes, I think
I am with you.
I believe you
Okay,
can
okay.
hear us. If you
Yeah.
can hear, please
I can hear you.
kindly speak.
Okay, sir. Can you use the earpiece?
No, so that everybody can hear you.
Can you hear me?
They are still setting it.
Okay. But you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
All right, good. But you need to introduce yourself.
Okay. Okay,
So
sir.
that
My
when you are
name
talking,
is.
just so that we'll be able to know you more.
Okay, sir.
All
Okay, sir.
right. Thank you.
So they want to put it on so that we can.
So that when you are talking, just so that we'll be able to know you more.
Okay, sir. All right. Thank you. So they want to put it on so that we can.
mute this.
Okay. I should mute it.
I think there's another person is communicating with.
So, voice. Thank you.
Okay, sir. I don't know if you can hear us, but let's know
I can hear you.
we are done here. What is the next?
I can hear you. So I just want to wrap it up.
Okay, sir. I don't know if you can hear us, but let's know
I can hear you.
we are done here. What is the next?
I can hear you. So I just want to wrap it up.
Mute this now. Mute it.
All right, go ahead. Ask your question and then I'll close the meeting afterwards. I cannot hear you again. But just
There's no
yes.
question for now. There's
Okay,
no question.
you don't have questions. So let me just can everybody hear me? Let me just close the meeting.
Speaker.
I cannot hear you again. But just It's not going on. Okay, you don't have questions. So let me just, can everybody hear me? Let me just close the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what I would do.
Hello. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Right. So I can hear you. All right. So I will just quickly mention, just respond to some of the questions that were raised in just 1 minute, and then we'll wrap it up because we have overshoot our time. I want to know if you can hear me. If you can hear me, just indicate on the platform chat room. All right. Can I go ahead? I cannot
Yeah, you
hear
can go. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So just wrap it up. I will just mention that somebody asked question about zoning of the workshop that I should explain further about the zoning workshop for the students. So the workshop that we are planning for the student, can they hear me? Can they hear me? All right. So the workshop we are planning for the student is not one-off. It's not a one-off workshop. It's a workshop that we are going to conduct across the zones. There will be a timetable that we are going to use. The time that we are going to go to the southeast, even the institution that we are going to use, or the location, all those things, we are going to send those things out. By the grace of God, before the end of the year, we should be able to get that done. Then the time that your zone will be visited, you will have been aware and prepare towards that zone. So it's not a one-off event. So it's an event that will cut across the year, and so it's not going to be just an annual. It will cut across. And by the time we meet this time next year, we'll be able to review all the activities that we have done. Somebody was talking about the fate of those that have graduated. Now, just as Charles mentioned, 99% of those that were inducted this year actually are graduate of nutrition and dietetics, and that's one of the things I want to really kind of address. That if we have been able to induct you at the point of graduation from your university, then you don't need to be inducted again. So if you have been inducted, so those that are yet to be inducted, all right, those that have escaped it, that maybe they have left school before we start this program or this initiative, those are the people that will now be inducted during the conference. So it's not that nobody will be inducted during the conference, but our attention will be more to those that are associate members, and those that maybe are just about to join the society. Maybe they are graduate some years ago, but they are yet to become member. So those are the people that will now be inducted during conference, and that by that the number of people that will be inducted will be minimal. The stress on the organizing committee, the organizing team, the induction team will have been reduced, because only those that are graduates, that have graduated after now, or before now, rather before now, and those that are associate member are those that will not be inducted during the conference. So that's about that. Then about the skills needed, I think Oluto has said everything. All I would just recommend that, please, in one of your packages, in the journal that you have in your bag, there is a publication that talks about skills and competencies. Look for it. All those skills that you are asking for, they are there in your bag. They are there. Just read them in the document or in the journal that you have in one of the journals that you have in your bag. They are there. And I also drop another paper on the platform on YouTube, and I also drop it on Telegram platform, that talked about the skills and competencies, readiness of our national graduate from Nigeria for work or for work engagement. So those skills and competencies that you are looking for, they are already there, and these are the skills and competencies that we intend to build on way forward. So I think I've been able to respond to some of the queries, worries about the student. We will still interact more on the Telegram platform. Please join the Telegram platform, ask your question on the Telegram platform, and then we will be able to respond to your question. And then we'll have more and more of this engagement in the nearest weeks to come. And I believe strongly that more opportunity will still be shown to us. Thank you very much, everyone, and I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you, Charles, for holding forth for me. And they just add over to you for you to close the meeting over there. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. I think we should have come to the end of the meeting. Maybe we should just close with the second stanza of our national anthem. That's our national prayers. I was saying that we have come to the end of the meeting. We can just close with the second stanza of our national anthem, which is our national prayers.
So you have to sing it.
Okay. Do you want? Okay. All right. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. We're not going to sing. We're just going to pray it out. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just say it out. All right.
Oh
So
God of
our creation, direct our noble cause,
honorable cause,
guide
guide
our
us,
leaders right,
guide us right,
help our youth the truth to
it's the
know,
truth to know,
in love and honesty to
honesty
grow,
to grow,
and living just and true. Great lofty heights attain
and then
to build a nation where peace and
peace and
justice reigns.
justice reigns.
Thank you.
Yep.
I really appreciate you. Thank you, everyone. We look forward to seeing you and engaging with you in the nearest days. Thank you very much. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Luto. Thank you, every one of you. I sincerely appreciate you. And I'm sure that it's been valuable for your time today. And to our online audience, thank you very much for joining us. I will look forward to hearing from you. All right. Bye for now.